Hey guys, how y'all doing? All right, here we're gonna do a fire occupancy check on our Wiskowski. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at the exits. I want to make sure that the doors and alleyways are not obstructed. Also, I want to make sure that the doors open easily.
Right.
And that the means of egress are not blocked in any way.
Okay.
Moreland, I want you to check for the extinguishers. If there's any extinguishers, make sure they're not obstructed and that the homeowner knows where they are at all times, and actually go over the extinguisher with them and explain to them what you can do. Then back to you, Wiskowski, the electrical. Make sure that there's no faulty broken outlets and switches, that the panel isn't being blocked or obstructed in any way.
Okay.
Also that the circuit breakers are labeled properly. And you could probably help them with that also.
Okay.
And let's just check with them and see if that's okay, and see if we can help them be safer.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
FF2 Fire Academy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
She won't bite.
Hey, girl.
Her name's Juliet.
Hey, sir. We're from
Hi.
the Eastern State Florida College. I'm Jason. This is Brett. Nice to
How you
meet
doing,
you, man.
Brett? Nice to meet you.
Alright. So it seems like a very nice place. Do you keep up with it?
Sweep and mop every day.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you. Alright, so let's take a.
So that's an entrance, and is that the only other exit over here?
Yeah, that's the only other.
Is it?
Mhm.
Alright.
Okay, looks like we got a little fan there. You keep this fan here all the time?
Yeah. That's where we like it.
You get hot a lot, or
Yeah, it's bad ventilation in here.
is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's safe to say you might want to move that, just in case you think about it. If you have a fire over there, then how are you gonna get out? Especially if you could trip and fall or anything like that. So you probably pick a little bit better of a place,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right. That was a little hard though to push out. You see that?
Yeah.
Probably get that aligned.
Maybe a little WD-40, something to loosen it up. That way it's not as hard to push out. Because in an emergency situation, you really just want to get out there, and you're not really, focusing on the task at hand.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know a place where you want to put that now so we can just fix it?
Sure. Yeah, we put it just over here. That's fine. Yeah, sure. That's good. Thanks.
Good deal. Good deal. All right.
What you got?
Just right there.
Oh, the extinguishers.
Yeah.
Do you know is there any extinguishers inside the apartment? Or do you know where your closest extinguisher is?
One in here, I believe it's outside around the corner. Just outside the door.
Some sprinklers though.
Yeah, we got sprinklers. Detector.
Yeah,
Oh, we got this shirt hanging up over there. That might be blocking a little bit of the detector for the gases.
Yeah, it's not.
You got
Is it always here or?
I mean, if I do laundry, I just put it there. I don't really think about it.
Let it
No.
dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep from doing that.
All right.
If you want to take it down.
All right, and then the extinguisher isn't easy to keep it by the kitchen, so it might be in here. It's supposed to be within 30 feet.
I don't think it's under there.
Only chemicals.
Yeah. We got one. We got extinguisher outside, just outside the door.
You got different kind of chemicals there. I would definitely make sure that those are kind of organized into a sense, but this is the only place you keep your chemicals.
Yeah, I just toss them all under there.
Okay. Of that, there's no extinguisher there. Anything in here except for extinguishers? No?
Nope.
I think I saw a extinguisher on the way in,
I believe so.
and it was class A, B, and C, which is
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's important that you know in the case of emergency that you have a fire that you need to put out.
Mhm.
You know that your extinguisher is right outside your door.
All right.
Okay, right there to the left.
Mhm.
All right. See a T-shirt on the lamp. That could be a fire hydrant. That lamp is
nice.
hot. So, I don't want to touch your stuff, but maybe you would, in case you fall asleep or something, forget about it. And that starts a lot of fires with heat.
All right.
And materials.
We really want to keep you safe, you know, and honestly, we wish we didn't have this job, you know, because unfortunately, you call us when it's your worst time.
You got a bunch of cables back here. Is that the only power source that you have?
Yeah, I just plug it all back in there.
Well, I mean, it's not power source is full. There's no extras on top of it, so I mean, it's maintaining its highest capacity. The wires could probably be cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely recommend, like you said, to clean up the wire some, and then I noticed you got a candle over here. Do you light candles in here frequently?
Yeah, it's just kind of where we keep the hot stuff.
Okay. I noticed you got another one here. Is this just, do you light it here, or where do you
yeah, sometimes in the evenings.
in the evenings, next to the dog toys and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't really, you go into your bedrooms. This says, do you have a bathroom or anything?
Yeah, just right around here.
Okay, are these, we got an overloaded circuit here with another extension on top of an extension, plugged in with a iron blow dryer, hair straightener, toothbrush. Yeah, that's that. I would really try to refrain from overloading that circuit and use maybe one thing, two things. You know, the max can hold is 2 plugs. So you might want to undo those and just use a few at a time, or your wife or whoever's using that. But
I always tell her to keep stuff unplugged around here.
that's going to overload the circuit.
Yes. That's actually really, really dangerous.
Maybe if she hears it from you guys.
Maybe. Well, we'll leave you with some notes. That way you can show her that the fire department was here today.
All right.
And what we
So, you guys want to check out the bedroom?
No, we're good. That's
you
it's
sure?
your personal space. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we don't need to check the bedroom, but it's the same kind of thing follows. Make sure that your circuits aren't overloaded.
Okay.
If you have any candles, make sure they're away from curtains. If you have anything hanging on lamps, you want to make sure that you're safe. And the same thing blocking your door. So, you know, just make sure that there's things that we're going to go over with you when we're done with this report. It's kind of same follow thing that you follow in there as well.
All right.
So far, we're going to sit down and go over this at the very end. We're pretty much done. I'm telling them. The last thing I really want to touch on is I see a couple of smoke detectors here. I'm sure you probably have one in your room. You said you've been here for 3 years.
Yep.
How many times have you checked the batteries in those?
To be honest, I haven't checked them at all.
Okay, well, it's gonna be pretty important that you check it on a monthly basis, just make sure the battery's working, and you're probably gonna have to change the batteries out twice a year.
Okay.
They recommend doing it somewhere around daylight savings time, but if I were you, I would try to do it sometime at least twice a year, January and August or something like that. Have a schedule so that way that you know that it's ready to go in case something happens in emergency and you're gonna be woken up from deep sleep or something like by hearing that alarm. Okay? All right. Sounds good. All right, so we're gonna sit down and go over some of the things that we saw, things that we can do to fix it, and make sure that you have an escape route and all these things planned out, and we'll be out of your hair.
All right.
It was.
Hey, how'd it go in there?
Hey, boss. Good, man. We found a few things, really helped them out, and kind of taught them some things, so all is well.
Okay, good. That's what it's all about, is trying to keep people safe and preventing incidents. So, good job, guys. Yes, let's go to the next one.
Next one.
Yes.
There goes my hero.
The electric pen, just make sure it's labeled and everything.
All right.
Oh wow, this place looks fairly new.
Yeah, it's about 3 years old.
It's pretty much labeled and everything.
Smoke. Smoke? What is that?
Yeah, it's a product of unburned material.
Okay, we're not talking firefighter talk.
You can keep that one in there.
How y'all doing today? Hey, we can do an occupancy check. Okay. Let's do it.
Well, yeah.
Hey sir, we're from the Eastern State Florida College. I'm Jason, this is Brett.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.